What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Crypto with Leo YouTube video. Now, once again, I'm massively excited to bring you guys this video because I'm talking about a project I am so bullish on and personally invested in, guys. I'm maxed out on this in the pre-sale, and I was telling you guys about it on TikTok. I'm going to break it down, everything you need to know about it today. Kind of simply explain because their launch is actually coming up on the 22nd, which for anyone getting in on the pre-sale, you're obviously massive excited for. But for me, I'm just so excited to see the growth and the launch of this platform and project. Now, the project itself is called Onino. However, first, what I want to do is take you through why I'm such a fan of this project and actually give some value to you guys so you can actually see where my head is coming from. Now, I outlined these moves to you guys at the very beginning of the year. You can literally see this on the 6th of January. And I said, these are my 2022 big brain crypto moves. And the reason for that is because they all link in with the same. They are either playing a massive role in the growth of the space, moving towards adoption, or I believe they are literally so close to actually being utilized and adopted and pushed forward to the masses. I think they're literally one step away, and two of those would be the likes of GameFi and Web3 platforms. I think they are one marketing campaign away from doing what I've just said. Especially, I mean, Web3 platforms, they haven't even really been marketing themselves that crazy already. But the fact is how close they are. For example, Web3 platform pre-search. I'm going to make a whole separate video for each of these sections, by the way, outlining my favorite projects. One marketing push away from being utilized. You quite literally get rewarded for using and supporting a Web3 platform. It's game changing. Furthermore, GameFi goes without saying. However, these are my 5 plays. We've got Web3 platforms, decentralized data storage, GameFi, interoperability, and layer ones. Now, layer ones are on there because quite literally, internally, they're going to continue to help this crypto space grow. That goes without saying. Yes, they had an insane 2021, but I do not see them stopping. Developers are going to continue to build and increase the use of these ecosystems. Furthermore, new layer ones are going to come into the picture, ones that are more efficient, ones that could be utilized, scaled, even bigger than the ones we have now. So I do think they're going to continue to grow, and they're definitely a space to watch. Now, what does Onino have anything to do with any of these? Just before I tell you guys, if you are new to this channel, I like to call myself the one-stop shop for everything crypto. If you do have any questions or anything you want me to make a video on, make sure to chuck that down in the comments below. And if you do want to support the channel, make sure to click that like button and subscribe as well if you enjoy this content. Now, why am I such a fan of Onino? It's because it aligns with 80% of everything on this list. Quite literally, except GameFi, it is a Web3 platform, decentralized data storage, interoperable, and it's a layer one. How could I not be excited for that? That is why I've gone heavy in on the pre-sale, and I'm excited for the launch coming up on the 22nd. Now, let's jump straight over to their Twitter and how do they describe themselves? Onino is your simplest solution to keep track of all your blockchain assets and bring your identity to Web3, which people are neglecting. Like, you have to understand, decentralization, is basically tokenization as a whole equals accessibility. However, for this thing to be adopted, there needs to be a face behind everything. And that is why your digital identity is so important for the first step towards adoption. So that was one of the biggest USPs. And of course, this goes without saying, guys, I've mentioned their pre-sale. These guys raised 1,400 BNB in under 3 minutes. There were people that got whitelisted for this project and couldn't even pick up any at the pre-sale because it sold out so quickly. That is hype, and it's for good reason as well. Now, they did dive into that briefly here. And also, I'm not going to give you specific numbers. You can look up how much 1,400 BNB is, and in under 3 minutes, that is extremely impressive. Furthermore, they are now being audited by Certic, which I think, for me, as anyone looking into a project, it is massively important. And this was on their roadmap, and to see them actually pushing forward and now doing it as well, that is a really good sign for the community and just for a project as a whole. That is one of the biggest things, guys. Projects coming out today, and it's somewhat a warning I can give you guys. Some projects coming out today, they're just promises. And if you're not following through with your roadmap, you're not going to follow through with anything else throughout that roadmap. So the important thing is to hold these projects accountable for their roadmaps, because trust me, if they get lazy, that means their heart's not in the projects, their heart was in the money. These guys, however, are doing it different and doing it right. Now let's get into their website, and we can have basically a brief look through what they're trying to provide for the space. Now, they call themselves the multi-purpose cross-chain metadata registry, which I know what you're thinking, guys. Yeah, what the hell does that even mean? But I think one of the first things you can outline straight away, metadata registry links straight into decentralized data. You know what I mean? And just so I can quickly explain this, a metadata registry is a central location in an organization where metadata definitions are stored and maintained in a controlled method. That's extremely important because if they're looking to be a Web3 platform, somewhere which can store your digital identity, be the face to your digital identity, interoperable across all your assets, all chains, then they need a very strong metadata registry. That goes without saying. So that is why that is there, and it's simply explained. If you want me to say that again, quite simply, they're looking to develop your digital identity. They call it a digital twin, which I'll get more in depth into in a second. And of course, for that, you need to have decentralized data storage so you can store that data, your digital identity, safely. Now, as we move down, we can kind of see it here. Simple, a metadata registry. Onino is a layer 1 blockchain, cross-chain metadata registry, as I just said, powered by state-of-the-art technologies for simple scalability, security, and ease of use. And I think that's one of the biggest things. You can already see a kind of sector they're trying to attack. They're quite literally going for adoption here and basically to be pushed as a platform that can be utilized to put a face to your assets. And that is massively important in increasing accessibility and actual use of these assets. Now, connected and secure, dual chain architecture. Now, this is one of the most important parts and links into decentralized data, is the fact that if they are storing your identity, you need that to be massively, massively, massively safe. You don't want any random Bob Joe scammer grabbing onto your identity and using it for their own stuff. So how are they going to defend against this? And it's with dual chain architecture. The Onino dual chain architecture allows you to use any network to associate meta information to your respective wallet in an ecosystem in a decentralized and standardized way. Most importantly, it keeps your private data secure. As I said, one of the most important parts. You are in full control over your data at any time. And that is pretty much what decentralized data is, guys. It is giving ownership back to the people. That links into Web3 platforms as well. The biggest problem today is centralized bodies retain all of our information, all of our data, your identity. They own that because they have your data and they can store it. That is what cookies is, guys. They literally steal and sell to the highest bidder, lining their pockets. Whole point of Web3 platforms, digital identity is giving ownership of your face, your identity back to the people. So you can then utilize and profit off of it yourself, which saying it out loud, that makes so much sense. But none of us blink an eye that we're actually getting used every day and having that taken away from us. And that is why Web3 platforms are on my 2022 list and are one good marketing campaign from being massively utilized and adopted. Now, adopted and utilized are two different things I'd like to clarify, guys, because Web3 platforms can be used by me and you. They do not need to be adopted by big organizations. If I choose to go and use Presearch as a decentralized browser to do my searching instead of using Google, then that's what I'll do. Now, the ecosystem, it's a scalable ecosystem. As we mentioned up here with metadata registry, it is a layer 1. Onino's layer 1 chain will be engineered to be a friendly platform for developers and users, allowing various Web3 dApps to be integrated seamless into the secure network. Now, that is huge, guys. And I say this literally how I started the video. Layer 1s are going to continue to grow. And as more scalable, more efficient ecosystems come out, developers are going to want to move to that, utilize it, and develop on top of it. And of course, as an ecosystem grows, so does the asset's use. And of course, in turn, the price of that asset grows. So I'm massively bullish on this. Like I said, they're going to need some developers going on top of it. But with what they've got here, metadata registry, interoperable between all chains, dual chain architecture, that basically storing your data in a decentralized way and protecting it, why wouldn't developers want to go on it? But like I said, that is for them to decide to do. So this is a really interesting narrative that they call it. They call it their decentralized keychain for Web3, which I'm a fan. If anyone's seen war movies, you know you wear a dog tag around it. Picture this is what that is for your digital identity. Now let's get into it. They call themselves your digital twin. Connect any asset on any chain to your real world identity. Now, if that does not make sense or excite you, I don't know what will. You have to understand, guys, you need an identity for these assets to be utilized outside of the crypto space. You want to go and use it in a store online, you need an identity behind that so they know where that transaction is coming from. That is the whole point. So this putting a face to it, it makes so much sense. Furthermore, let's go forward. Partner network. Partners can scan the binary public Onino registry chain to utilize the information for extended functionality. additional data needs the Onino wallet holder to accept the request. Once again, guys, you just got that Onino wallet holder, that being you or me, to accept the request. You are in control of your own data. Web3 is beautiful. Overview, get an overview of all assets and contracts scattered across different chains in one single dashboard. Quite literally, they're developing a Web3 platform, which will show you all of your wallets across all chains on one single dashboard. So you can literally, I don't want to call it a portfolio tracker, but in some way, you are going to be able to track everything from one single platform in a decentralized and safe way, which is absolutely awesome. And of course, that is why they call themselves Decentralized Keychain. Now, identification and data. Link your personal data securely to any wallet in any network while keeping full control over the flow of information. Approved data to identify anything in Web3. And once again, we're back at your digital twin. But as we keep moving down, dual chain architecture is probably one of the most important things. And I just want to clarify this before I end off this video and outline something you guys do need to know about. And that is that if you are going to be having a dog tag around your neck for your digital identity, you need to know it's safe. And guys, I'm going to talk about decentralized data so much on this YouTube channel. So if you're interested in actually learning about the foundation and building blocks of what is going to take this whole space forward, click that subscribe button. But dual chain architecture is an awesome thing that they've developed themselves. And that is Onino's approach to store personal data in a decentralized way and guaranteeing data security is our so-called dual chain architecture. Basically, this is how simple it is, guys, so I can explain it to you. The public main chain will process transactions, run applications, operate as an index to serve as the regulating point of entry into Onino's data space. And then the so-called data chain, this is the important part, will be decentralized network that is non-scrappable as well as encrypted. So simply, they're having two separate chains, one for pretty much the main processing transactions, running the applications, and the second one, a whole separate chain encrypted that is basically there to store your data. So that is how you know it's safe. This allows users to store all kinds of data on chain without revealing it to every participant in the network, which is massively important, as I've always said, guys. Web3, decentralized data is giving ownership back to you. As soon as you need to learn that put this into your head, and you're going to realize its importance. dApps requesting associated information connected to any wallet will only be able to access the data with your permission. You know, we give permission to cookies, okay? And I've seen this before. If you'll get cookies, you'll click onto a website and a massive banner will come up. And somewhat it's easy to just press accept and let them have your data. If you press no, however, I'm telling you, is the most painful thing ever, because the ads that pop up, sometimes the website gets all broken up. It's an absolute joke. They do not make life easy for you. This is quite simply, people can now not access your data without your permission. That's the difference. So decentralized data goes without saying, but of course, we'll end it off with this, and that is the Oni token, because that's what we're investing in. That's what I personally invested in. The Oni token is the native utility token of the Onino ecosystem. It is used to fuel the transactions needed to write and to read the data from the Onino blockchain. The token provides utility by enabling the use of numerous future layer 2 applications in the Onino ecosystem. So there you go. As most things, it is quite literally the liquidity to the network, helping process the transactions, and that is it. You've already seen the potential of this ecosystem and what Onino are building, and there is the utility of the underlying asset that we and you are investing in. Furthermore, investing in this project as a whole and watching it develop, becoming your digital identity, your digital twin, the keychain for you in Web3. And that is why I'm investing into Onino myself, and why I'm so bullish on the project. I'd like to clarify, guys, and I know I have to do this. It is not financial advice. This is me explaining to you, almost logging my journey of why I'm so bullish on this project. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research into this project, guys. You're probably going to fall in love with it like I have. But quite simply, this is why I'm so bullish on it. I hope I've broken it down. Any questions you do have in regards to this project, please click the link down below, guys. Not click the link, please put a comment down below. And ask me any questions you want to know about. I'm happy to make some more content on these guys if you would like me to speak about it more. But like I said, guys, I want to pretty much say this. I'm going to be making a series on each of these sections and basically outlining my favorite projects and my watch list for 2022. And at the end of that series, I'll then do an overview of all those projects in a list, whether I'm looking to get into those projects, at what price I'm looking to get into them, and also if I'm in any of them, etc. And we can track it throughout the whole of this year and see where we get to at the end. But Like I said, Onino aligning with 80% of these, obviously bar GameFi, but that's doesn't matter because GameFi wouldn't have really linked into it in itself. I'm massively excited to watch this. The launch is on the 22nd, guys. I believe they're launching on PancakeSwap. So yeah, make sure you go and check out their Twitter, guys. Any questions you have, like I said, chuck them down below. Click that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out.